Hi everyone, Lady Botcher Angela here with the part 3 to the Viking couple tutorial, and this is the shield. So what I started out with was just some pretty thick cardboard. I used a seat, a doll furniture seat, for just kind of sketching out the circle that I wanted. I'm using popsicle sticks and wood glue, and I'm also going to be using the poly plastic stuff with a marble for the boss in the center of the Viking shield. So yeah, and turns out I'm not going to use popsicle sticks at all because I don't have enough. So I just cut up some really thin cardboard and I will be gluing that on, and I'll be cutting it around after it's been dried, and it's actually a lot easier, so it's probably a lot better than the popsicle sticks. But I am using a popsicle stick for the grip for the handle on the back. I just carved a little bit just for the initial grip on there. This is actually, and right now I'm going to be using hot glue to actually fill in the middle part and the round part, just to give that cardboard look, just to not have that look. So, and I also primed the surface in just brown. This is one of my designs for the man and then the woman for their shields. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm using these two colors for the woman's shield, and I'm going to be using red and blue or turquoise with the man's shield. So for this shield, I actually did a little bit of research. I say a little bit. For the Viking shield, it's actually rather complex. There are rivets, there are grips, there's if you make it in the original way, there's cowhide or rawhide around the edges. Yeah, I didn't do that because you have to soak it forever, then you've got to mold it and then rivet, and no, I'm not going to do that. So I just, for the middle part, there's an opening here. This is for the hand. This is basically where you have a grip in the back, and to protect your hand in battle, you have this thing called the boss. And the boss has rivets, and it basically sits over top your hand, and it's like a metal bowl. So yeah, it actually turned out pretty well with the marble. So here I am, I'm just still painting just the designs on both of their shields. And I was gonna do this like pointy design, kind of empty space, but I decided not to do that. I just did it in black instead. To roughen up the shield, to give it a little bit of damage, I just, after it was dry, the paint was dry, I took a nail file. I took a nail file and I sanded it for a little bit. So yeah, I actually got these done today, and I am editing real quick and putting a voiceover and getting it out in the same day. So if anybody wants to do this project, seriously, I just did it today for both of them and throughout the day, but I think people get this done within about 3 hours. This is probably, for two of them, yeah, with drying time, probably about 3 hours. If you wanted to use popsicle sticks, it'd probably be a lot more because they're a little bit thicker than just regular cardboard, but these are pretty hefty after everything is put on them. So yeah, and I did the back too as well. I just made it kind of look like wood. I didn't know really what else to put on there, but sometimes on the front of these Viking shields, over the wood, if you wanted to do a design or something like that, you would usually put like a linen cloth and basically glue it on before you put the rim on. But yeah, but here I am. I have the boss made, and then I painted it off screen. I finished up the rim and I put little paint spots to look like rivets all over, and I think it turned out really cool in the end, even with all the setbacks with, not being able to use the popsicle sticks the way I wanted to, or, that kind of thing. But seriously, this is just scraps. And the polyplastic stuff, the polymorph plastic, it was actually pretty easy. So, and it's a flat surface on the bottom because I let it cool on a flat surface. I have a tile that I worked my polymer clay with, and it doesn't stick or anything. The poly plastic morph stuff, it doesn't stick onto it. So yeah, so this is, I'm just gluing it. I have some wood glue and then I have some hot glue just to kind of keep it in place until the wood glue dries, and then we're gonna be finished actually. So oh, there is one more thing. I had to put some battle blood. So if you're squeamish about that, it's coming up, so click off real quick. This is the part, and I'm just going to be spritzing some blood splatter and all that all over the man's shield. He's actually been in battle many times, and no, he does not clean his shield every single time. Yeah, I think it's more of an intimidation factor too at that point for future battles. But the woman's doesn't really have that much damage. She's just training, so yeah, he's kind of taking her under his wing with that. So I'm hoping that you guys try this out. I know it wasn't like a really great tutorial, but it's just a lot of scraps put together, and hopefully you guys do this. I will put this on Instagram as well, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.